Everybody, it's me again, and we got a lot to catch up on, but still only 2 sticky notes on there, so I'm confident we'll get through it quickly. First of all, I want to say before anything else, I wanted to update you guys. Those who are my Facebook friends already saw this post, but my bladder. So I did go to the urologist, and he did say it's definitely a neurogenic bladder. So he said the first action, or whatever that word is, that we do is going to be taking this medicine, which could take up to 2 to 3 weeks for it to start working. And then also retraining my bladder, which is basically like holding it as long as I can, maybe 10 to 15 minutes longer than usual, and that will get my mind into that place of that I don't have to go all the time. So the hope is with the medicine and my bladder retraining that it will work, but otherwise they will have to do Botox injections. And I made a joke with my friend Vicky, but I was like, oh, well, if I have to get the Botox, I'll probably have a much younger looking bladder, and she might get hit on for all we know. So that was funny. Okay, so now you've been updated. Yes, okay. One side note, I am in 2 sneakers right now. Like, you guys know when I'm riding my bike, I'm able to take off and put on my shoes and not wear the boot, obviously. So now the boot sometimes seems to cause me more pain than just putting a real shoe on. So I have 2 real shoes on right now, and just trying to walk a little bit more without pain. I haven't had pain, so I am hoping and hopeful that I will be okay for her hiking by Pikes Peak. Yes. Oh, but I'll tell you guys, it's on here. I'll just read it when I get to it. So, but I have really been running into things a lot. It's kind of like Huntington's, kind of bad Huntington's week for whatever reason. I mean, I know I was before, but maybe with the distraction of my 1-year-old, I've just been walking into everything. So the walls, so I have all these bruises on my arms. And it's funny because my mom had a bruise right here, and that's where my bruise is. So it's just funny because neither of us can ever remember because usually it's in the middle of the night, or, I don't write down how I got it. So, and when I'm in my mom's room with Connor, her bed also has really hard, bed frame and this kind of thing. So in her room, I just realized that I've walked into the same place, and so I have the same bruises on my thighs from hitting that for 2 nights now. So, and the stupid refrigerator, almost every time I open it, I hit myself on what's inside of it. So it's just one of those extra bunking times. And I did drop, I was putting in the dishwasher, and a glass broke, but I'd been doing really good as far as not breaking dishes, so I was kind of overdue. Alright, now, okay. So all the sticky notes is off, so this part, okay. So before I forget to, the song I'm going to do is The Well, and that is by J.J. Heller. She has quickly become my favorite artist. I now own all of her CDs, and The Well is off of one of her newer albums. So I am excited to play those for you guys. Plus, I love playing the drum to her music. It's just... So, okay, so we're going to go from the top. Yes. Oh, okay, I'll save that note for after I go through the Huntingtons, and then I'll talk about the good news. First of all, yes, oftentimes now when I'm writing something, a word on the paper, if I I'm thinking of a different thing, then I'll write the word wrong. Like yesterday, I was filling out the urology paperwork, and somehow I kept making a Y instead of like a C because I was thinking of the word with the Y. So that's been happening more and more. So I really have to make sure and reread what I write down because then I'm like, wait, what? Okay. Yes. Okay, oh, right. So this, normally my mom or Isaac fill out my doctor paperwork, but it wasn't that hard, but I did accidentally tell them, the doctor that I had previously instead of the doctor I had currently, but I was proud that I got that paperwork filled out. Okay, yes. Oh, right. And this is another huge downside to that stupid heavy boot. I am stepping over Connor the other day and I kicked him in the head and he now has a bruise on his ear, so I must, because I was stepping over him and Bonnie, who like to sit in the kitchen area, and I was like, oh my gosh, and then I accidentally stepped on Bonnie's tail with it. So, and I keep hitting my heel, and it's bruised, so I just can't wait until I don't have to worry about that stupid heavy boot. That's really hard too. Okay. Okay, what? Into the wall on the stairs. Yes, I just keep doing that. Just walking into walls with not my elbows, although I haven't been wearing my elbow pads because with Connor I get distracted and thankfully I haven't hit my elbows, but it's this part of my arm that I seem to be walking into the walls with, so. Oh yeah, I was going to carry stuff up the stairs, and, grabbed a bunch of things that I was supposed to be bringing up and didn't realize that I had taken the towel that we used to change Connor on up too, so I keep doing that too, where I'll come upstairs with something and be like, shoot, I didn't mean to bring that up here. Okay. Okay, yes. Oh yes, I was getting, those dishwasher pods that we keep under the sink for the dishwasher. They're next to the trash bags, and I grabbed one of those instead of the trash bag, so that was interesting. Okay. Okay, yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah, I just said that one. Almost done here. Oh yeah, walking into the walls. Already got that. Okay. Oh yes, there. This hurt. This has happened once before. We have the kind of trash can in the kitchen that has the big container that goes inside the actual can. So I was pulling up trying to get that thing out, and that liner that's actually really heavy still fell on the boot on my hurt toe, so I was like, of course. Okay. Oh yeah, this was more funny. But Connor's cup and mine were like this far apart on the table, and I grabbed his sippy cup and almost started drinking out of it. Okay. Last one. Oh yes. So now, 2 times in a row, I have cooked the cheese, the paper and the cheese. I did this a while ago, but now, so the cheese separator that, yes, I got the one on the one side and didn't realize there was one on the bottom side. So that's twice that I've been eating my bagel egg sandwich and like, oh man, I did it again. Okay. That's everything. So now let me tell you quickly the exciting news. I get to put Connor to bed on my own. My mom is usually busy in the evenings, and so before my dad he's gone right now, and he's usually around so I'm not alone with Connor, but my mom has seen that he doesn't cry as much, and just like I've been able to do a good job about putting him to bed and doing his bath and stuff. So I get to put Connor to bed on my own now, which is awesome. Like being alone with him just for the Huntingtons, like it's a huge testimony of how far God has brought me, and just when the only really challenging part is when he's like fighting getting dressed. But my mom, we have the key now where if I just give him a bottle with milk in it, that he can drink that and be distracted while I am getting him dressed for bed. So that is awesome. Okay, now it's time to do this because, oh my gosh, we're already at 10 minutes. It's gonna be long. Okay, but don't worry, this one is short, but it's really good. Hold on. Drink my water. Fight against them that fight against me. Oh, sorry. The title is A Barrier Against My Pursuers. Fight against them that fight against me. Psalm 35:1. Block the way against those who pursue me. Psalm 35:3. What are the little things that fight against me? Let us not lose the comfort and power that is available to us in the scriptures by relating the psalmist's prayer to the larger matters only. It touches on and includes the smallest as well. The wave that sweeps over the great rocks is the same that sweeps over the tiny shell on the shore. In the littlest things of life, the minute, unimportant looking things that are most likely to shatter our peace, because they are so small, it is most likely that we will fight them ourselves instead of looking up at once to our strong God, our barrier between us and them. As a pillar of cloud formed a barricade between the Egyptians and Israel. Exodus 14:20. Fight against them that fight against me. That is to say, against the little foolish feelings that want to keep us back from saying to the blessed will of God, I am content to do whatever you say. Fight against these pursuing feelings, O God. Then it will be true. My soul will rejoice in the Lord and delight in his salvation. My whole being will exclaim, who is like you, O Lord? You rescue. Yes. How priceless is your unfailing love. Both high and low among them find refuge in the shadow of your wings. Our Father, maybe we've been ashamed to admit it, but it's true. It's those petty little things that make us fail. In the moment's small distraction when I'm busy and brings out our impatience, the word that slights or insults that brings out my anger, all the small expenses that bring out my doubts about your ability to provide. We've let these enemies come inside our barrier and said our peace. But today, Father, we come to hide ourselves in you. Oh, one more side note before I say goodbye, because it's going to be a long video. I forgot. I got a replacement. One of these vapes, I ordered it from the same people, but this time they provide you with this nifty necklace, so I won't lose this thing or drop it on the floor like I was prone to do. So that's exciting. Okay, that's all. I will talk when I have more to say.